Trackmasters, aka Poke and Tone, are a hip-hop production crew from New York. The main two people are Jean-Claude Poke Olivier and Samuel Tone Barnes. They have also had Frank Nitty Pimentel and Alex Richborg in their previous lineups. They've produced some huge tracks for people including Nas, Will Smith, LL Cool J, Foxy Brown, 50 Cent, Jay-Z and Tupac. In today's video, I'm going to be exploring some of the best tracks, along with the samples used to create them. All the background beats you hear throughout the video are my own productions that you can download on Bandcamp or stream on Spotify. If you could give me a like and subscribe, it would really help me out. Let's check out what the first track is.
Fake thug, no love, you get the slug. CB4 gusto, your luck low. I didn't know till I was drunk though.
I never sleep, cause sleep is the cousin of death. Beyond the walls of intelligence. I ain't the type of brother made for you to start testing. Give me a Smith & Wesson, I have never sleep, cause sleep is the cousin of death. I ain't the type of brother made for you to start testing. Y'all know my stilo, with or without the airplay. I keep some E and J sitting. When I attack, there ain't an army that can strike back. So I react never calmly on a hype track. Y'all know my stilo.
Such a great track from Nas, and I really like they've used some of his vocals from previous tracks to scratch in on the chorus. They got Kid Capri to lay down those scratches for them. It appeared on his second studio album, It Was Written, and Poke and Tone produced or co-produced 8 of the tracks on it. Let's check the next one. That was an unreleased track intended for 50 Cent's debut album, Power of the Dollar. He got dropped by Columbia after being shot 9 times, so it's never had an official release. There were just promos and bootleg copies available. His first solo studio album ended up being released 4 years later with a different record label. Let's hear what's up next.
When my new joint hit, just can't sit, gotta get jiggy with it. That's it, now honey.
Na 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 na.
Get it. Getting jiggy with it.
That was a huge #1 hit, and it also won a Grammy Award. It was taken from his debut album, Big Willie Style, and was one of 8 tracks produced or co-produced by Poke and Tone. On the barkays sample, the vocals are just coming out of the left speaker. This type of stereo recording technique was quite popular in the 60s and 70s, and is one of the reasons I always take my samples in stereo. You can often strip out certain sounds by just playing either the left or right channel of the recording. Let's check the next track.
It was Harlem at the Ruckers. I saw you with your man, smiling, a Coach bag in your hand.
That's another track that won a Grammy Award. Rodney Temperton, who wrote the Michael Jackson song that was sampled, is given a writing credit on the LL Cool J track. The track was from his 1995 album Mr. Smith and featured 9 tracks produced by Poke and Tone. Let's hear another one from that same album.
I need some guarantee.
I shot ya, I'm slitting brothers open like a doctor. You fell asleep, the vampire teeth got ya.
A great track there. The remix featuring Fat Joe, Foxy Brown, Keith Murray and Prodigy also appeared as the final track on the album. Lynn Collins is probably most famous for her track Think About It, that's been sampled over 3,000 times, probably most famously by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock in their track It Takes Two. Let's hear the next one. Strangely, that track didn't appear on the vinyl version and was only on the original CD and cassette versions in 1992. It wasn't until the 2012 reissue that it showed up on the vinyl release. That horn sample from Jack Bruce is probably better known for being sampled by Artifacts on the wrong side of the tracks in 1994. The main piano sample is a cover of the original by Lee Dorsey, and that's been sampled quite a few times over the years. Let's check what's up next.
Imagine going to court with no trial. Lifestyle cruising blue Bahama waters. No welfare. Trooping out of state for a plate. Knowledge, if coke was cooked without the garbage, we'd all have the top dollar. I'm as wise as the old owl, plus the gold child, seeing things like I was controlling, click rolling. I rule the world. If I rule the world, imagine that. And then we'll walk right up to the sun.
All those samples, including the lyrics, have been replayed to sound close to the original tracks. I'm not sure the exact reason in this case, but it often happens when the producer can't get a license to use a direct sample from the original recording. In this case, Kurtis Blow has been given a writing credit on the Nas track, as well as krs-one, who wrote the Whodini track. The track was certified platinum by selling over 1 million copies and was the first single by Nas to achieve this. It appeared on his 1996 album, It Was Written. Let's hear the next track.
Bouncing in the club with the heat is on, all night on the beach till the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami.
Another single there from Will Smith's debut album. It hit the #1 spot on the UK hip hop and R&B chart at the time and has sold over 1.2 million copies in the UK to date. The Whispers were a soul group from Watts in California. They've been sampled from people including Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Madlib and Mobb Deep. Let's hear what's next up.
With no bra, she a shirt, shaking my knot at his head hurt.
That was a track made specifically for the How to Be a Player soundtrack. It also appeared on the 2000 reissue of her debut album, Il Nana. I've not really got much more to say about it, so let's check out the next one.
Let the sweat progressions ease up. Don't freeze up, position yourself. Put your knees up.
That track was from AZ's second album that came out as a promo in 1997. Poke and Tone produced 7 of the tracks on it. Wood's Empire, where the main sample is from, are quite an obscure group that only ever released 1 album. The other sample from Millie Jackson is someone that has been sampled quite a lot of times over the years. The daughter is the R&B singer Keisha Jackson. Let's hear what's next up.
Still somehow I believe we'd always survive. Still somehow I believe we'd always survive.
That was one of 4 tracks produced or co-produced by Poke and Tone on that Nas album. Kenny Loggins, who was sampled, was part of the group The Electric Prunes, who had a famous album produced by David Axelrod that's been sampled a lot of times from people including Fat Joe, Beatnuts, MF Doom and Slum Village. Let's hear the next track.
Shootouts are similar to Wild West. Broad daylight, face to face without a vest.
Another great track there by Nas. That Al Green track has been sampled a lot of times. One of the best known uses is in Eye for an Eye by Mobb Deep from the infamous album from 1995. So there you have it. Some great hip hop music, all produced by the Trackmasters or Poke and Tone. Drop a comment with your thoughts and hit that subscribe button to be notified when I do my live scratching feeds on my channel. As always, thanks for watching.